Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will present about the subject of the Introduction to Malay and Islamic Manuscript. The title of manuscript that we choose for our assignment is Kitab Maju Al-Masail, which is in Malay, text in JavaScript with notes in Arabic. In Arabic, we call it Kitab Majmu' al-Masail, means the gathering of all time is on expressing the word Shahadah and purity. Author of this manuscript is Sheikh Muhammad Tahir Al-Jawi Al-Ashi, or his nickname is Muhammad Tahir Tiro and Tengku Cik Syed Chok Priang Tiro. His date of birth is unknown, but he was born in Buluh Belang Ara district and established a dayah in Chok Priang, Shamtali Rabayu. He died on 2nd July 1905 in the Luhut Sumawe area, preciously in the Surau courtyard of Belang Buluh village, Belang Mangap Regency, Luhut Sumawe City. He is from Jawi Nusantara, Aceh, Indonesia. The field of specialization of him was a ulama who had long life in Mecca and returned to Aceh to become a great ulama in the area of Pedir Aceh. His work was writing a book entitled Majmu'ah Masail Fiqhiyah al-Fiqh al-Shafi'i to a Sultan of Maldives named Sultan Hassan Nuruddin, or popularly known as Sultan Imaduddin VI. The other information of the author, he was one of the fighters from North Aceh which died in the Aceh War in the early 20th century.
Description of the manuscript. Kitab Maju Al-Masail is an old Islamic manuscript in an Indian Ocean. The contents in this manuscript is very interesting and valuable, and through this can find out why the manuscript is kept into a stele and become a reference for a certain group only. The treasured knowledge contained it can be shared with other people, especially for Muslims. Hence, this book can facilitate to the generation to read and understand it, especially for those who thirst for religious knowledge.
Assalamualaikum. Today I will talk about the review. First point is the manuscript was written and copied by someone identified as an Indonesian Jawi from Aceh named Sheikh Muhammad Tahir Al-Jawi Al-Ashi. In a lot of the manuscript that the books Majmu' al-Masail, he wrote for a person who holds the title Sultan and named Hassan Nuruddin, son of Sultan Hassan Izzuddin. The book of fiqh issues has been completed. Its owner is Tuan Kita, who is Allamah Fahamah, who is famous in tradition, who loves the poor. Tuan Kita Sultan Hassan Nuruddin, son of Sultan Hassan Izzuddin. The author is a poor and lowly man who is pretty weak and has many sins, namely Muhammad Tahir Dejawi, Nusantara from Aceh, Sheikh Muhammad Tahir Al-Jawi Ashi, the scriptwriter, Khatib Al-Kitab, as well as the figure of Sultan Hassan Nuruddin bin Sultan Hassan Izzuddin of the order the manuscript. What is interesting is the figure of Sultan Hassan Nuruddin ibn Sultan Hassan Izzuddin, who is written in the text as Sahib Al-Kitab, all of this book, where Sheikh Muhammad Tahir Al-Ashi wrote the book Majma' al-Masail al-Fiqh for the Sultan. Points 2 is indicates a relationship between the two figures. After conducting a search, it was found that the figure of Sultan Hassan Nuruddin, that title Sultan Imaduddin V, son of Sultan Imaduddin IV, as the Sultan of the Islamic Sultanate of Maldives, an island nation in the Indian Ocean. Sultan Hassan Nuruddin was born in 1890 and ruled the Maldives Sultanate throughout 1893 until 1903 with the title Sultan Haji Muhammad Imaduddin V Iskandar Sri Kula Sundara Kateri Buwana Maharadun. Sultan Hassan Nuruddin is known to have mastered Urdu, Persian, Arabic very well. Okay, last point is was removed from his throne by the British colonies. In 1903, he was removed from his throne by the British colonies, then exiled to Egypt until he died there in 1932 and was buried in Cairo. Data from manuscript given by Al-Fadil Mashhur Aceh. There, the name the copies is Sheikh Muhammad Tahir Al-Ashif, who is none other than his great-grandfather. Surprising, the contents of the manuscript in Mecca also contain Aceh manuscript are the same as the Mecca manuscript, namely collection of fatwas for the Shafi'i scholars on various issues of Islamic law.
This is glossary about in manuscript. We was analyze the Arabic word and Archaic word. There are many words such as for Archaic word are 1. Seraya is wild, 2. Haloba is greedy, 3. Dipalunya is beaten, 4. Berahi is light. And for Arabic word are 1. Mutabi' is followers, 2. Menta'zim is glorified, 3. Syughul is keep busy, 4. Maghlub defeated. Okay, for the next slide, this is the front page of our collection of manuscripts, which begins with the Tarawih prayers. This is a page division where each person makes a translation of 8 pages. There are 4 appendices of the manuscript that we translated. To find out more can be referenced in our report.
Okay, the conclusion is the information contained in this manuscript Majmu' Masail is very interesting and valuable because it will lead us to a new historical chapter, which is quite surprising, namely the existence of an intellectual network Nusantara Aceh scholar like Sheikh Tahir Al-Akshi. We also can know how they identify the manuscript, how and how they translate the Jawi to easy language. So it is interesting to identify about that. That's all from us. Thank you.